Hi everyone, and thank you so much for being here. And a lot of you who have subscribed, oh my gosh, we're really building a community here. So thank you so much. Today I wanted to talk about being stuck and being stuck in a rut. And I'm going to talk about poor eating habits. I'm going to talk about negative thoughts, worrying, even just having, being stuck in low self-esteem and low self-confidence. Sometimes if you find yourself stuck in a moment, in a moment of grief or a moment of something that happened that was bad or somebody did you wrong, sometimes you just gotta get out and do something. And the other thing I'm doing is I've made, and I suggest this to you too, I've made 3 plans for things that I'm definitely going to do. The one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get our bikes all tuned up so that I know that my bikes are ready. I can go for, a nice ride, take as long as I want with my husband, and that's getting me energy. I'm getting outside. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm making a weekend plan to a getaway. I'm also, my daughter's birthday, my youngest daughter's birthday is coming up. So we're planning a day together, a mother and daughter day. And that again, it's getting me out with a living. It's getting me out to do something. But let's talk about watching TV, right? These streaming services, oh my gosh, and the ones with the episodes where you can't wait, and it even tells you on your phone that there's a new episode coming, and you get hooked. Sometimes you get hooked on 2 or 3 of these, and you're always sort of watching TV, and that's just not good. Because as I'm watching TV, I'm finding that I'm watching TV, but I'm not eating right. I'm like, oh well, I don't feel like making a meal today, so I'm eating takeout, greasy food, all that sort of thing. The other thing about being stuck watching TV, let's face it, let's talk about the news. And I don't want to get political here, please. Let's not get into political comments. But oh my gosh, isn't it addictive? Like breaking news, oh my gosh, what's happening to the world now? What's going to happen to me? And this sort of thing. And we just got to break free from that. I've decided that I'm stuck in a rut watching the breaking news. And what I have to do now is I just have to maybe watch the breaking, a lot of times they tell you 3 things that are breaking, and I have to know is the headlines. And I'm not even going to think about them much because they're going to change tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that. So that's what I suggest for you to do. Try to break away from the news. It's addictive. And the other thing that goes along with that is worry, right? And I'll talk about worry in a whole other video, but 99% of the things that we worry about, they never ever happen. We worry, and then if it's the 1% thing that happens, and then we can worry, right? But why are we worrying all these other times? Oh, the kids are driving right now. I'm so worried. And you can't just go there. 99% of the time they call you, they're at home, they're fine. Only if something happens, then let's start worrying. And the other thing that I've told a lot of you is I just let go and let God. If it's something that I find myself spiraling into, then no, I just have to let it go. And I suggest that that's something that you do too. And by the way, I've got my Earl Grey tea. I hope that you've poured yourself a nice tea. And I got to tell you, I do like wine. But if I was drinking wine during these, I'd probably be dozing off by the end. So let me just take a sip of my Earl Grey tea. I hope that you've poured yourself something that you enjoy as well. The whole idea of this is basically for us to sit down like friends. I'm having a conversation with my friends, and that's what I want. And when I say about a community, please put in the comments if any of this, about being stuck or in a rut is resonating with you, if anything's helping with you, or ways that you get out of a rut. I think that that's another way, because we're in the comments, we're kind of helping each other, And also, if there are any topics that you're thinking about, please put them in the comments, because I want to know what you want to know. You know, this is an aging journey that we're on, and I just want us all to help each other on our aging journey. And I think that that's an important thing. One woman wrote, it was really interesting, in the comments, that she wants to know how to make friends. And I thought, wow, you know, that's a really good subject, because sometimes the friends that we've had since high school and that, they're kind of drifting away. They're, you know, maybe they've even moved away with the grandchildren, where the grandchildren live. And so that's a really good subject. So I am, if you're out there who wrote the comment, I am thinking about that, but write others in the comments as well. Now, I talked about not eating right? And I just tend to make the same, do you do this too? I make the same meals over and over again. It's getting kind of boring. So some of the things that help me, I think we all should just start looking at our eating habits. That's a rut. That's something that you do over, especially if you're doing takeout all the time. I think that's really bad, because you are not eating properly. And a lot of times you're eating greasy food. So what I do, I have a little binder here, and I'm gonna just show you. Oh, there's chicken wings there. On the internet, I don't know, is the light in there? Bill's behind the camera, so is it okay? Okay, so what I do is I go on the internet, and I might have, tonight I'm going to make, I've got some leftover chicken, so I'm making a chicken pasta. We bought some half and half cream, and it's going to have some sun-dried tomatoes, that sort of thing, and of course Parmesan cheese. Now I want to see a recipe for that. So I might have one in here. I've kind of put them in order here. But if I don't have it, I might find something. I might take a picture of it, you know, like print the picture. Other ones are just old recipes that I've really, really liked, and just put them in a binder like this. And the thing is, the plastic, it really helps to keep everything kind of clean. So there's an idea there. So see, there we go. This is actually kind of a bowl that my daughter made for me. At least that looked, I don't know if you can see it. It's got salmon and avocados and lime and broccoli, and you know, sometimes I take a picture of what other people have cooked up or made up, and it looks so healthy, and I'll try to do a copy of that. And then of course then I get the soya sauce, and I get the pink ginger or the ginger with it, so it's so good. The other thing that I love these salads. These are ready-to-made salads, and all the pieces are in there, including the, you know, maybe croutons. You can get them in Caesar salads. This one is a barbecue ranch, and it also has the dressing and everything in it. I just throw this in a bowl, and there you go. I've got my vegetables for the day. So that's a really good idea on something to have ready. I always have one or two of them ready, because let's face it, you know, sometimes you don't have the fresh beans or whatever available, and these last, usually when you buy them, they've got an expiry date of about a week. So that really, really helps. The other thing is low self-esteem. Low self-esteem, especially women, right? Low self-confidence. And I always like to tell you a little bit of a story. So I'm going to tell you the story of how I really wanted to have kids, and I knew that I would have to give up my modeling career for that. I did. I had two beautiful, beautiful daughters, but I was gaining weight. I just noticed that in doing so, I wanted to wear black all the time. You know, remember, as a model, you're basically a size 0. And now I was going up to being about a size 10. And I thought, oh my gosh, I look horrible. I have to hide under all these clothes. I have to wear dark clothes. And I only shopped at the plus size stores. That's the only place I shopped. And I would walk in there, and women would say, I think you're in the wrong store. This is a plus size store. And I'd say, well, I know, in my mind, I was saying, don't you see me? Don't you see how huge I am? I only have to wear clothes that I swim in, so nobody can see my body. That's what I was thinking. And if you're thinking that too, we got to get out of that. You know, the same thing with aging. Oh no, I don't look good in this, and I'm aging, so I can't wear a dress anymore. I only can wear black pants and that sort of thing. And the thing about that is that I got out of my slump. And what I do every week with fashion and styling and makeup and skincare is I'm sort of helping myself too, to not go back in that rut where I'm thinking, oh, you know, look at my waist. It's, hey, we all right? Look at my waist, it's getting so big. No, I just find clothes that look good on me for who I am now. I'm not a model anymore. I mean, I model for you, but I'm not a model anymore. And the same with you. You know, you're not 20 anymore, but you still can rock this world. And I still want you to get dressed up, you know, look in the mirror and say to yourself, wow, I look good and I feel good, and then go out the door. You're going to feel like, whoa, I just got a burst of energy, a burst of vitality, and it's really going to help. So, you know, they say clothing makes the man, right? But it also makes the woman. So that's one of the ways with the self-esteem. And as you know, I always will have kind of a moment where I want to give you a quote, and it's an inspirational moment. So at this point, there's still more of this video to go, but at this point, I have a little quote for you that I think it helps me, and I think it might help you. Every choice in your life either moves you forward or keeps you stuck. And you know who wrote that? Oprah Winfrey. So that's one to remember, that being stuck in a rut, yeah, you can be there for a little bit, but don't stay there. You know, if you're staying there, it gets harder as time goes by to get out of this. So I'm just looking at my list here and see other things that I wanted to talk about today. You know what? I've pretty well done them all. And so I just stay till the end screen, because at the end screen, there's a way to subscribe to this channel. But at this point, I just want to say, thank you so much for being here. You know, a lot of you are here every week. I'm going to try to get to every one of your comments, you know, and this is a place that I've always wanted, and I've just sort of felt, why not do it now? Like, why not do it now and have this little inspirational hub for you? So having said that, stay inspired, stay empowered, and I will see you next week.